So the zero term can be a little bit of a complicated idea because we don't usually refer to zero terms. If you think of it, each figure here represents a term number. The first one is the first figure, but we have to imagine that there's this theoretical figure over here that would be the zero figure. And what that's going to tell us is if we worked backwards and we removed a certain number of blocks each time, what would the original figure have before we added any new blocks? Okay, so again, there's a way to figure that out using the table of values. What we're going to do here is work backwards and establish our zero term. Okay, so on the value column, we're going to also do the same thing over here. We're going to now work backwards. If the rate of change is going up by 2 each time, from 5 to 7 to 9 to 11, if we worked backwards, well, we wouldn't be adding 2, we would be subtracting 2. And so if we take this value of 5 in the first figure and we move back and subtract 2, we'll see that we end up with a value of 3. Okay? And it's a positive 3. So that means our zero term is actually positive 3. And we're going to write that down right here where it says zero term. Positive 3. Okay? The reason that we're putting these positive signs is because we may see some patterns that shrink. And if you have a shrinking pattern, or if you have a pattern that doesn't really have an easily visible zero term, then sometimes you end up with negative numbers. But right now we're starting off with some positives. Okay, so we've drawn the figures, we've filled out a table of values, we predicted the rate of change. Okay, it's going up by 2 blocks each time, and we've figured out that the zero term is 3. All right, another way to look at this would be if you look at the actual diagram and you moved backwards. Okay, let's say we had over here figure 0. All right, if we know that we've been adding blocks to the top and the bottom of this shape, what we would do is we would remove this block and this block, and our original zero term would look like this. How many blocks are in that zero figure? 3. What is our zero term? 3. Okay, so we can see that those 3 blocks are consistent in every single diagram. You're just adding more to the top and the bottom. All right, there's our zero term.